Tangible Tools really strives to answer the question, how? How do we get there? What do we do? What are the steps that a woman can take in order to be successful? I started with Home Depot as right out of college, male-dominated industry, as an entry-level merchandising secretary, and I worked my way up. And since I left Home Depot, I do the same thing for my clients now. I give them tools and help solve whatever they're facing so that they can be successful. I take complex concepts and break it down to small, impactful, accessible steps that women can use.
The key to being confident is to manage your stress responses that will sabotage you every time.
Your body does not know the difference between the fear of being chased by a bear and the fear of asking for a raise. You can manage your anxiety with this breath. You are in command. There's something that's kind of cool about confidence that's a little bit of a secret, which is even if you're terrified inside, if you put on the body language of confidence, people are going to think you're confident. That's the magic.
Anne, what are some examples on how to develop thick skin?
Great. Thick skin really starts out as a mindset. So you have to know, for example, if you're going to bring up a suggestion, you've got to know you've got a 50-50 shot whether it's going to be taken or not. So ahead of time, give your emotions the expectation of what might happen so that you don't react. If you're going to go into a tough conversation, if you're going to go and make an announcement or a policy or something that's unpopular, you got to get your emotions so they expect that there's going to be a little bit of backlash. And then there's a side where you got to put a poker face on. There's times where your emotions, you're going to feel them and they're going to be there, and you've got to put that poker face on. So no matter how you're feeling inside, you don't let the world know, and then you deal with that emotion outside of the workplace if possible. Now there's times where your mind agrees with me, like, yes, that sounds great, and your body betrays you. Your hands shake, your voice quivers, and that's really where that physiology of confidence comes in that Mara speaks about.
Yeah, and actually what Anne's talking about is really important, and I love the fact that, the stuff that even though we're talking about 3 different kinds of empowerment, Anne's models in the workplace, but her template for what she's talking about is called mental training. And I talk about that in my book, where you have to have a plan. If you haven't thought ahead of time, you get ambushed. I think it's important that anticipation of what's going to happen be part of your process. And it really is universal. Whether you're walking down the street and you think anything could happen, I'm going to, have my confident body language.
And it can be in a conference room where someone jumps at you because you thought everyone was going to accept something you were going to say, and suddenly someone from left field comes and says, I completely disagree, and you're like, whoa! And it can be that same feeling of ambushing. So that physiology side you talk about is so crucial in the workplace as well as outside the workplace.
And the first thing I would say, every time that happens, when you get that big wave of like, holy cow, like what's happening? You put on some confident body language, you lean forward while you're taking your deep calming breath, right? All right, so what they see, doesn't matter what you're feeling, what they see is, all right, they're taking in my point, they're thinking about it, they're taking their time, and that is all confidence. Those are markers of confident people.
With your poker face.
With your poker face.
With your
and
poker
your
face.
thick skin.
Yes, exactly.